town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
And a warm welcome. This is the scene here at the Etihad Stadium. I'm Derek Ray, here on the commentary position, joined by Lee Dixon to help me describe all the action and getting ready for a potentially thrilling contest. It is Manchester City, and they take on Birmingham City.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. Lovely to be here. I can't wait for this one. A nice quick tempo from both sides will be ideal for me. Let's hope we get that. Should be a great game.
Number 20, Bernardo Silva.
It's a team full of stars, and you never quite know who's going to pop up. Perhaps Lee Dixon today, it'll be Raheem Sterling.
Well, basically, you've got to keep him out the box because he's got such a brilliant finishing ability that you give him half a yard, he will score. So keep him as far away from your goal as possible.
Introducing the starting players for Manchester City. Bernardo Silva starts with Rodri in central midfield, and playing up front today, Sergio Aguero. Here's the lineup for Birmingham City. Now, there has been some discussion about the style of play. Some would argue it's on the negative side. What realistically should we expect, Lee?
Yeah, they do tend to collapse when they don't have the ball. They sit off the opposition, almost inviting pressure onto them before trying to open up when they do have the ball. I don't think we'll see any changes today in that approach.
Toral. And making use of his physical strength to hang on to it. And a good-looking ball. And the alarm bells are ringing. And he clears it out of harm's way. Aguero. Walker now. Aguero. Rodri. Now Walker. Now moving the ball impressively here. Walker. And now Rodri. The ball with Rodri. Sterling. And here's Mendy. Well, fortune didn't favour him. Off the post and out of play.
Well, he's really unlucky. It was worth an effort, that's for sure.
Well, just went a bit too early, offside. And played short. Foden. Mahrez. He might be able to carve something out. And the keeper able to hold on to it. Sterling. Sergio Aguero has it. It's a promising City move. Bernardo Silva. Well, they're moving the ball neatly enough. Just looking for that decisive pass. And he's through here. He must finish. And Aguero to give his team the lead. Big moment.
Well, as we see from the replay, it's a classic pullback cross that sets up the chance, and a 2v1 is never fair. To be honest with you, the keeper's got no chance to stop this. It's lovely football. Well, he's delighted, isn't he? We can see that. Calm is needed now just to consolidate this lead. Cool heads.
One 1-0 then.
Goal for Manchester City. Number 10, Sergio Aguero.
They're certainly allowing their opponents to come onto them. Aguero. No, high quality defending. The high press was very much on. Bernardo Silva. Is it going to be Raheem Sterling? Oh, he's found the net, and that increases the advantage to 2. Just what they wanted, and just what they deserve.
Well, as we see again here, the damage is started with a beauty of a through ball, and he chooses to use power in the finish. Not much chance for the keeper when it's hit that hard.
Struggling to keep the ball. Bernardo Silva. City moving the ball forwards. What can they do from here? Teammate available. Can he find the angle? Well, that's really sound goalkeeping, not letting the opposition have any scraps. Really getting stuck in defensively. Well, he could give it away. And they could face difficulties here. Fine goalkeeping to push that away. Jutkiewicz. Racing forward, trying to catch them out. Oh, big chance. Can he find the net? Kieftenbeld. And now waiting to pounce. A goal! That's exactly what they needed. That should get them believing again.
Well, they're back in it, Derek. I don't know how, because they've been shocking, but you look at the scoreline, 1 goal in it. Who knows what's going to happen in the second half? Half-time around the corner. Well, the manager will be frustrated, no doubt about it. Still in the lead, though, not all doom and gloom.
So there we have it, 2-1. Foden. Sergio Aguero has it. And with that, the first half draws to a close. You've certainly got to give this man high marks for his work up to this point, Lee.
Well, if he plays like that in the second half, we're in for a real treat. He's scored, he's direct, creative, and he unnerves defenders.
As anticipated, plenty of talking points so far. And now the second half is underway. Well, the pass not finding its target. Showing patience as well as persistence in the build-up. Aguero. Mahrez! Well, he took care of it defensively. Now a potentially dangerous position for City. Has a go. Excellent block. Sterling. And Bernardo Silva has it. It's there for him. Oh, marvellous defending to deny him. Retaining possession proving difficult. Mahrez.
Well, listen to that, Derek. They think it was a nailed-on pen. The ref didn't know.
Making use of his physical strength to hang on to it. Aguero. Mahrez. Dangerous looking attack. And the goalkeeper, Lee, a picture of concentration.
Well, he had his eye on the ball, he waited for the striker, and then he smothered it. It's really, really good goalkeeping.
San Jose. Useful looking ball. And danger still. Well, they can bring it out now. And the counter looks on here. Options available. And Bernardo Silva has it. Sterling. Working away patiently, looking for an opening. Gundogan. Gundogan. Can he put it away? Oh, they really should have a two-goal cushion.
Wow, he can't believe it, Derek. What a wonderful opportunity. You just wonder if they're going to live to regret that.
Dean. He's given us away. Physically strong and secure on the ball. Sterling. Sterling! And a goal it is for Manchester City. They are the team on course for victory.
Well, here's the goal again. It's a clever ball through and a great run. And then through on goal, you never really had any doubt he was going to slot that away. Good finish. Well, there's nothing better for a manager when a plan comes together. Total satisfaction.
Mahrez. Well, is it going to end up being productive for them? There's plenty of know-how in the ball shielding department. De Bruyne. Opportunity. And a goal! If there were any remaining doubts, that will settle the issue.
Well, here it is, a striker's bread and butter, simple finish, but it's the positioning that gets him the goal.
Slightly different vantage point in terms of the goal that was scored. Gundogan. Here's Bernardo Silva. Aguero. De Bruyne. And he thwarted the attack with them. After the foul, a chance to contemplate what is next, and perhaps a goal from this free kick. And the free kick delivery, so very close.
Well, he'll think it's in. From that angle, it's just wide.
He's very adept at protecting the ball. Ivan Sanchez. Oh, that pass easy on the eye. And there it is, a goal. But will it be purely a consolation at this stage of the proceedings? They haven't been at their best.
Well, here it is again, and I wonder how he waltzes past the defender so easily. And it's a miss hit, to be honest, but they all count. I think he'll be laughing to himself when he sees this on the telly tonight.
So the current scoreline, 4-2. Using his physical strength to make sure he doesn't lose the ball. Joao Cancelo. Looking confident with the ball at his feet. Options in the centre. Effective challenge. Oh, there's the final whistle, and Manchester City have come out on top in this game. Lee, your verdict.
Well, there's no doubt about the winner in the end, and fully deserved for me. The fans can go home happy today, Derek.
Well, the TV cameras get up close and personal with Raheem Sterling, with good reason, Lee.
Well, that was a really, really good performance from the lad, and a goal to boot. Really delighted with that goal, I'm sure he is.
Hello and welcome back to the We Are City channel. It's FA Cup Day, Manchester City versus Birmingham City. Manchester City playing at home, and it is live on BBC iPlayer, so if anyone in England, you can watch this game live on BBC iPlayer. You've just been watching our Manchester City versus Birmingham City FIFA 21 Predict series, and FIFA 21 predicted a 4-2 win for City in today's game. And if you did miss that, if you want to watch that full episode, then it's on our channel. It's I think the start of the title is Sergio Aguero is back, and we expected Sergio Aguero to be back, didn't we, today? But the lineup, the side is on the left-hand side there, and Sergio Aguero is not back today. And I have got news to why Sergio Aguero is not back. But this is the team we've gone with. So Zach Steffen starts in goal. City have got a back four, and a bit surprising there, Kyle Walker at centre-back. So Cancelo, Walker, Diaz and Mendy the back four. Rodri, Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne start in the middle. It could be Foden in that middle and Bernardo on the left. I think it's very interchangeable, that left-hand side. And then Gabriel Jesus back in the side, along with Riyad Mahrez and Phil Foden up top. So team news for why players are not in the team today. We've got Laporte and Ake who are both still injured, so still the injuries to Aymeric Laporte and Nathan Ake, which is really disappointing at the moment. Nathan Ake is not looking like the best of signings, is he? He had a really good injury record at Bournemouth, it was. And as soon as he's joined Manchester City, as soon as he stepped foot in the CFA, he started to pick up injuries, and that just seems to be the way at Manchester City, doesn't it? Ferran Torres and Tommy Doyle and Sterling are all not fully fit, apparently, for today's game. Apparently, well, of course, we know Doyle and Torres are still recovering from their COVID, and Raheem Sterling, for whatever reason, isn't fully fit today. He has played a lot of games recently, Sterling. Scott Carson, Eric Garcia and Cole Palmer are all still isolating after their positive COVID-19 test. And the big one, Sergio Aguero, who Pep Guardiola did say would start in today's game. And in our FIFA Predict series, in that game, we saw Sergio Aguero did start. In real life, no start for Sergio Aguero. He has been in contact, apparently. This is the news coming out from Jose Alvarez on Twitter, who is a journalist for a Spanish TV company. And he's very close to Sergio Aguero. If you remember last season, I think it was the season before, a lot of the team sheets started getting leaked, and it was usually only when Sergio Aguero was in the squad, because he's very good mates with Sergio. And he's reported that Sergio, he's out of today's game. He's not injured, so that's a positive for us. But he's out of today's game because he's come in contact with someone who's tested positive for COVID-19. Now, it not necessarily means that Sergio has tested positive for COVID, but it means that he is out of today's game. It's a completely solo episode today, a completely solo show. I'm not joined by my friend today. It's just me, so I hope you enjoy just me being on the show on my own today, and I hope you managed to watch the game. If you are in England on BBC iPlayer, you can watch the game wherever in other countries. We'll have to try and find that out. It's actually a good idea, that, isn't it, for our supported countries, supported languages, Spanish, German, Hungarian and French, which are only in written form at the moment. We should be able to find out for you at some point, maybe in these lives, where to go and watch these games in your countries. Score predictions, we put something in the chat right at the start to see your score predictions, and Foden the 47 GOAT, he's always here, isn't he, Foden the 47 GOAT? You are a strong supporter of this channel, Foden, thank you very much. And he was the first to put a message in the chat. And he says 3-1 to City, so he's gone for a 3-1 win for Manchester City. Another one is, who do you think that your first goal scorer of the game will be? Who's going to score the first goal? Have a little guess in the chat. Sophie Greenwood has said 2-0 to Manchester City. Laway, another avid supporter of this channel, he said 2-0 to City, so a lot of 2-0s here. Julie said 3-0 to City. TTHD has said 4-1 to Manchester City. And Total Samuel says 4-2 to Manchester City, so he's gone with FIFA. He thinks that Birmingham City will score 2 goals today. And actually, if you look at the stats of Birmingham City, the Birmingham City side I do have here in front of me. We haven't actually put a graphic up for the Birmingham City side. We didn't think we needed to. You'd think that you wouldn't know many of the Birmingham City players. In fact, I was wrong. We usually put the two sides up to on the screen. We didn't. But this is the Birmingham City side, and just naming a few players that you may know in that Birmingham City side. Clark Salter starts at centre-back, an ex-Chelsea youth team player. He's been on loan a few places. Mikel San Jose, ex-Atletico Bilbao midfielder, playing at centre-back today. He must be in his late 30s. I think he's good friends, or he knows very well Aitor Karanka, the Birmingham City manager. And San Jose once was linked with Manchester City and moved to Manchester City quite a few years ago now. I think it's when Manuel Pellegrini was in charge. George Friend, the captain for Birmingham City at left back. Ex-Middlesbrough's played against City a few times, and I think another one that was linked with City slightly when they had a few left back problems. George Friend was named as sort of a stopgap option. Of course, he never joined Manchester City, and probably a good thing if he's playing at Birmingham City now. We're 18th in the Championship, so not that good of a side. A few other players that may stand out for you is Toral, who is the centre attacking midfielder. Toral is ex-Arsenal youth player, Spanish, very creative midfielder. At times was seen as, I think he was once mentioned as the heir to Santi Cazorla at Arsenal. That obviously didn't turn out the way they wanted for him. Jonathan Lecco, a winger, a very tricky winger. He used to be from West Brom's youth team. West Brom's youth team really do produce some really good young players. Jonathan Lecco against City today. And if anyone remembers, a few years ago, City played West Brom. I think it was when they won the league under Pep Guardiola in that second season of his. It could have been his first season, actually, this game. Jonathan Lecco made one of his early starts for West Brom, or he came off the bench, and he was electric, just taking on, I think it was Gael Clichy or Kolarov at left back, and just turned him inside out. He looked really good. And I think he was on loan, was he, at Nottingham Forest last season, somewhere like that. He's now at Birmingham City. He's a player that showed some potential to be a top player, but never quite hit that, has he? And Scott Hogan as well, at striker today for Birmingham City. Scott Hogan, ex-Rochdale, ex-Brentford, the Irish international striker. On the bench as well, they've got some players. Clayton, ex-Middlesbrough. Pedersen, a player that's been linked, a fullback who's been linked with a lot of mid-table Premier League sides. I think he was very close to moving to West Ham, wasn't he, in the last January transfer window? Or was it Sheffield United? It was one of them two teams. Neil Etheridge as well on the bench for Birmingham City, ex-Fulham goalkeeper. I remember watching City's youth team against Fulham's youth team. Neil Etheridge was playing in that game. And as for City, we will look at their bench as well. The Manchester City bench I have in front of me, of course, not on the screen. We never put the bench up, but just something to know. So Sergio Aguero, of course, as we've said, he's not in the squad today. He's not even on the bench today. So on the bench, Ederson returns back from his COVID-19 positive test, and he had an exclusive interview with the boys at City Extra, Ederson, in which he said, he's very anxious about coming back, but he had no symptoms and he's completely fine. And actually, he's on your screen right now on BBC, Ederson, putting on his boots while he's on the bench. John Stones is on the bench as well with Ilkay Gundogan, Fernandinho, Zinchenko. And then some of the youngsters that we hope get on today. City are allowed 5 substitutions. So Liam Delap is the big one. We all want Liam to get on. Taylor Howard-Bellis, who has been linked with a loan away from Manchester City in this January transfer window. Although it has been said that they won't let him leave on loan until the end of the window when they know how things are going with the players with positive COVID tests and things like that. And whether Howard-Bellis will at some point have to step in. And today we can see that Kevin De Bruyne is on screen there, as you can see now. But Kyle Walker is in the starting 11 as a centre-back today. Now, that is a very strange decision from Pep Guardiola, you'd say, to play Kyle Walker, but he is in the side today at centre-back. Lucas Nemecha is not the one on the bench, it's Felix Nemecha. I think the City admin needs to start putting the F in front of the Nemecha there for confused City fans. Lucas is, of course, on loan at Anderlecht, having a very good season there, Anderlecht, scoring quite a lot of goals for Vincent Kompany's side. And it's Felix Nemecha, his younger brother, who the club have always said they've got had higher hopes for. Felix Nemecha, the young English-German midfielder. He's stylistically, if you've not seen him, I'd say he's very similar to Thomas Muller, that sort of player. He's not really a striker, he's not really a midfielder, and he's not really an attacking midfielder either. He's very in between those, and it's hard to probably get him in this Manchester City side. I think he would fit as a false 8, or these free 8s that Pep Guardiola likes to play. Bernardo and De Bruyne playing as the free 8s today, you'd think, although it could be Bernardo deeper alongside Rodri in a double pivot with De Bruyne in front. And Nemecha is that sort of really fluid sort of player. He can play anywhere, and he's big as well. He's a big man for a youngster. I think he's about 19, 20 now. And then finally, Luke Mbete is also on the bench, a player that's been linked with moves to Leeds United and Juventus in the past few weeks. He's only 17, been compared to Vincent Kompany in the youth team, a left-footer, which is massive because City don't have many left-footed centre-backs at the moment. Laporte and Nathan Ake, of course, out injured. And Mbete getting on the bench, along with Liam Delap as well, at only 17 years of age, shows what quality those two young men have. And the City players are out in the field now. We should be kicking off very shortly, although I'm not sure. You think kickoff was underway? Well, kickoff is supposed to be at 1:30, but the players are still on the pitch here, so it seems that BBC iPlayer are quite a way behind with this broadcast of this game. And the players will once again, and the team, take a minute's silence to remember Colin Bell. And we also will take a minute's silence here on the stream as you watch the scenes that BBC are showing of the all black and white footage of Colin Bell playing for Manchester City. Well, that is the minute silence over. Emotional scenes there for City legend Mike Sumby as well, who seems clearly affected by the death of Colin Bell. Probably a very good friend of his. For him and a club legend, Colin Bell. Everyone knows Colin Bell, don't they? And even if you're a City fan of a certain age, you still know who Colin Bell is, and you still will have seen footage of Colin Bell. So the sides prepare to kick off. Birmingham City 18th in the Championship today. Robert Jones is the referee, a player I don't know. A referee I don't know. I've not heard of Robert Jones before. The FA Cup, an opportunity for younger referees to be given a chance, and that is kick-off. Manchester City versus Birmingham. Birmingham kick from right to left in their red kit. Manchester City in the blue kit, the home kit. And from what I'm seeing, Kyle Walker is at right back there. He's not. He is at right centre-back alongside Ruben Dias. Zach Steffen stays in goal. And City, you're expecting goals today from the City side. A very strong City side played by Pep Guardiola against Birmingham City, who are 18th in the Championship, like we said. And they've only scored 3 in the last 5 games, and they've conceded 13. So not a very good record, although I think Prieto, the Spanish goalkeeper they have in goal, Malaga, he's played for Espanyol as well, the goalkeeper, was once brought in to be the backup to Diego Lopez, ex-Real Madrid goalkeeper, and in the end, he never seemed to work out for him there, and now he's at Birmingham City, which seems a bit of a strange move for him, but he's there in Birmingham. And Cancelo with an immediate ball out to the right-hand side, and to me, it looks like we're playing very fluid, but Jonathan Leco's on the counter here. We've talked about his pace, and Birmingham in with a chance, and Benjamin Mendy has to clear that away, but City straight away in trouble there. Not a great start. It seems to me we're very disjointed on this right-hand side. Kyle Walker bursting forward as a right-back, not as a right centre-back. Cancelo's in the middle, and it seems to be just Ruben Dias on his own at centre-back, although Kyle Walker is saying to Cancelo, just calm down there. That's a poor pass by Cancelo. He's give it away again here, and Leco goes back, but not a bad start for Birmingham. They'll be encouraged by that chance to run at the City defence. They really will be, and it's a long ball by Prieto to Friend, who knocks it down. There's a lot of space in this midfield for Birmingham City. And on the ball quite a lot in these opening minutes, and Diaz is up to win the header. Down to Rodri, City back in possession. It is, as we suspected, Rodri holding the midfield. Bernardo's on the left of midfield, but it's Cancelo who's tucking into that right-hand side of the midfield, sort of a midfield diamond. You've got Kevin De Bruyne on the right wing at the moment, and Foden through the middle. De Bruyne plays a beautiful ball out to, I think it's Gabriel Jesus on the left wing now. Very fluid formation for Manchester City. Something they've probably been working on under Pep Guardiola in training. He does like to confuse sides that like to man mark. Maybe Birmingham, one of them sides. I can't say I know the style of play of Birmingham very well. I haven't seen them, although you can compare them to Middlesbrough. But they've got space in the middle again. João Cancelo clears it away, and Gabriel Jesus back defending at left back now. So every player very movable in this formation. And when you look at it on the screen here and you see our formation on the left hand side, the 4-3-3, and the players who are playing, you could say that is so different to how that is. You know, you cannot predict the way City are going to line up these days. You couldn't anyway. Pep used to change things a lot, but when we had that solid side going towards the end of the season, when we won the league, when Company scored that amazing goal against Leicester City, it was the same side, an unchanged side for I think 7 games in a row by Pep Guardiola. But he's gone back to his old ways, a bit like Claudio Ranieri, a bit of a tinker man Pep Guardiola can be, and Kyle Walker's got the ball here right back. Cancelo, who plays pretty much through the middle, doesn't he now? Hardly ever at right back unless he's defending. And Rodri with the ball in the centre circle gives it wide to Mendy, who starts today. After recent reports in the newspaper, he's broken the lockdown rules again. News this morning came out that Mendy had broken lockdown rules, flying some Greek model or someone over for 4 days to stay with him. Oh, this is a great ball by Cancelo out to De Bruyne. He's got a chance to cross, and Friend very quickly across to block the cross by De Bruyne, who lays it off to Cancelo on the edge of the box, who tries to play Riyad Mahrez, and Mahrez just can't get his foot on that. It's away to the keeper. Yeah, Benjamin Mendy has been reported to been breaking the lockdown rules once again. However, the information is from around 7 months ago. So Mendy broke the lockdown rules in the summer. Obviously, he's broke them recently over New Year, but he did break them in summer. The article is about, so 7 months ago. Still doesn't mean he didn't do it, does it? Benjamin Mendy still has broke the lockdown rules during lockdown, when everyone else has to follow the rules, don't they? The risk of being fined. But when you're a millionaire footballer like Benjamin Mendy, if you get your £2,000 fine, you don't care, do you? Because he earns that in what, a day? He earns more than that in a day, doesn't he? Triple that in a day. So Mendy doesn't care. And that's a problem in football at the moment. They've got the highest COVID cases they've ever had, haven't they, in the Premier League at 40. But they refuse to stop the football at the moment. Because of that, football will continue. It's continuing today with the FA Cup game, Manchester City versus Birmingham. Kyle Walker on the ball here with a really nice ball over the top to Jesus, who looks like he's playing off the left wing here, and it's Phil Foden through the middle as a false 9. So it isn't Jesus up top, which is a surprise. Gabriel Jesus out on the left wing. Birmingham City had a good start. They've got a very good ball-playing goalkeeper in Prieto. Another long ball there by Birmingham City over the top. Falls to João Cancelo. The last time these two sides met in the FA Cup was in 2001. Manchester City versus Birmingham City. The last time the two sides met in any competition was the Carling Cup, now the Carabao Cup. Of course, Manchester City got to the final not too long ago after beating Manchester United 2-0. And it finished, I think, 2-0 to Manchester City was the score. Bernardo Silva's been played in over the top here. Chance to cut it back, he does to Gabriel Jesus. Into Rodri, back to Mendy. City getting a bit more of a foothold in this game now. Cancelo, still in the midfield position. Drifting all over the place, João Cancelo. Is Riyad Mahrez on the right hand side. There's a lot of space for Cancelo to play in there. Riyad Mahrez decides to go back to Kyle Walker. Ruben Dias, the only City player not in Birmingham City's half at the moment. Here is Kyle Walker. Across to Ruben Dias on the edge of the halfway line. Bernardo Silva. Here's Mendy out wide. Plenty of you commenting in the live chat. I'll read some of your chats out here. Loay says, I don't think Sergio will sign a new contract, to be honest. That's a tough one, Loay. I think we don't know, do we, whether Sergio's going to sign a new contract. At least the positive news is that it isn't an injury he's got at the moment. It is he's been close to someone who's tested positive for COVID, not necessarily got it himself. So hopefully it's nothing to do with the injury, although City could be using that as a cover, couldn't they? They don't want to say that Sergio's injured. Clubs do that. Andrew said 4-0 and Margaret said City half-time 2-0, for full-time 4-0. City with a chance here with the ball into the box and Foden could get the end. It's Bernardo Silva with a volley, and Bernardo Silva has put one in the top corner for Manchester City. Great volley from Bernardo Silva. Rockets one into the top corner. And Manchester City lead Birmingham 1-0. And this could be a slaughtering for Birmingham. 7 minutes in. They're already 1-0 down. Really nice goal from Bernardo Silva. The ball comes in from, I think it was Cancelo over the top to Riyad Mahrez. Friend heads it away. It's a poor clearance by the number 15. And Bernardo Silva. What a finish that is by Bernardo. Into the top corner. Falls to him just on the edge of the box. Some technique, and maybe Bernardo Silva is back. It's something we've been looking for a long time. The old Bernardo Silva, he's been out of form for a very long time. That's a beautiful finish by Bernardo Silva. And just under 8 minutes in, Manchester City lead by 1-0 against Birmingham City. And it's a really good finish from Bernardo Silva. More people in the comments. Well, practically only 8 goals for third ever goal scorer in the Prem, says THD. All football best game, says Sergio don't go. Hashtag Sergio don't go. Yeah, we're hoping Sergio doesn't leave. What would we do without Sergio Aguero? He really is. He's a club legend, isn't he? Incredible player for the club, Sergio Aguero. And TTHD says, I know emotional to see best players ever leave. I know, it's very hard to watch them leave. It's such a shame, isn't it, that David Silva last season had no fans in the ground to sort of see him off. But with no doubt, he will come back once fans are allowed in the ground for a testimonial game. David Silva does deserve that, doesn't he? Great goal by Bernardo Silva, yes, brilliant goal. My predicted goal scorer down the drain, yes. Bernardo Silva the first goal, and they're probably good odds on that in the betting. Everyone's saying things do change quickly, Loay says, and things do change quickly in football. We know that Sergio Aguero could be leaving 1 minute, the next minute he could be staying at the club. But there was news this morning, wasn't there, breaking news about the signing of Erling Haaland, and we will be doing a live after this live, just a little bit of a news update, and a chance for us to discuss the Sergio Aguero situation, and mainly the Erling Haaland situation. Is Haaland going to join Manchester City? Is Haaland not going to join Manchester City? We'll be discussing that at around 4:30. We're going live at 4:30 after this game to discuss the news that Erling Haaland from the Sun, but Martin Blackburn, who is pretty reliable, you'd say Martin Blackburn, that Erling Haaland could be moving to Manchester City. What do you guys think of that one? Let us know now, and we can discuss it in the live later. For the last 2 minutes, City have kept hold of the ball pretty well. Birmingham City have hardly touched the ball. Bernardo Silva on the ball here, dropping deep into a deeper position out wide to Mendy, who takes a terrible first touch and then knocks it out of play. That's poor from Benjamin Mendy. Very poor from him. Loasis thought to see the partnership with him and Messi. Yes, I mean, I think the Messi deal is very much reliant on the fact that Pep Guardiola is staying and hopefully Sergio Aguero is staying. Sergio and Messi, two very good friends, aren't they? Two best friends. And if Messi was to leave, then you suspect that if Sergio Aguero would be the man that would be convincing him to join Manchester City, and if Sergio wasn't at the club as well, then maybe we wouldn't see Lionel Messi join Manchester City. It would be a shame, wouldn't it? You know, to see the best player in the world play for Manchester City, you can't deny they're not a big club anymore. You know, all these fans from opposition clubs that say Manchester City aren't a big club. Well, if the best player of all time plays for them, then definitely. Rodri on the ball here, into Cancelo, he's on the centre circle here. A little cut inside and then back to Kyle Walker. City, as you expect, dominating the ball, but playing well. That's a nice ball, breaking the line pass by Rodri, but it's overhit to Bernardo Silva. Did well though, Bernardo, battling, sticking his leg out to keep that ball, and Foden plays it wide to Jesus. He's predominantly on this left wing, Jesus, and I prefer him as a winger, Gabriel Jesus. And I think if City were to sign a striker, we could see Jesus move out to the wing more often, due to his quality on the ball. I think, you know, his finishing is not fantastic, but for a winger, his finishing is not too bad. Foden with a pass inside there to De Bruyne didn't quite work. Tried to knock it round the corner. Foden starting his third game in the row is this, which is odd for Pep Guardiola, and he plays a really nice ball off to Bernardo Silva, who takes a surprisingly poor touch, Bernardo, and knocks it out for a throw-in. TTHD says, where will Aguero go if he leaves? That is a big question. Sergio's always said that when his contract finishes at City, when he leaves City, there's an agreement with, is it the Argentinian side he used to play for? I'm not quite sure who they were. That's who Sergio is supposed to be returning to. However, we're not sure. I mean, maybe a move to Barcelona to play with Lionel Messi isn't off the cards, although a free transfer for Barcelona seems like a good option for them because they're struggling for money at the moment. But could they afford Sergio Aguero's wages? I'm not quite sure. They're struggling to afford Lionel Messi's wages. Cancelo with a crunching tackle there in midfield. And went straight back to the keeper, but good to see Cancelo putting his foot in. A bit critical of him against Manchester United the other day for pulling out a tackle, João Cancelo, but he didn't there. Good play by Bernardo and Foden in the middle. And Foden plays Jesus in over the top. Gabriel Jesus is in here. Just showed no speed, Jesus, but he's got it onto his right foot to shoot. And it's deflected wide of the post. Nearly went at the near post, the Gabriel Jesus shot there. 12 minutes and 36 seconds gone, and Manchester City nearly lead by 2 goals. So it's a brilliant ball by Phil Foden, isn't it? Over the top to Gabriel Jesus. Cuts inside on his right foot. He had De Bruyne behind him. He could have laid it off to Kevin De Bruyne for a cross, but there was no one really in the box. Good work, though, by the two Birmingham City defenders. Back there defending, blocking that Gabriel Jesus shot. Cross in him. Ooh, Ruben Diaz was sticking a leg out. Just couldn't get there. Here's Walker. And he calmly plays it back to João Cancelo, who's at centre-back now. City have worked the ball nicely here. De Bruyne tries the ball in behind to Bernardo Silva. Doesn't quite come off. Back to Benjamin Mendy. Away 2-0 super. Don't see Haaland going away from Haaland this summer. Maybe next summer, honestly. Well, Erling Haaland has a release clause in his contract. That's something to mention. Around 70 million Erling Haaland's release clause is. And then I think another 20 million has to be paid to his agent, who is Mino Raiola. And I think that is the biggest stumbling block in this deal for Manchester City. But his release clause doesn't come in this summer. The Erling Haaland release clause comes in next summer for 70 million euros. And I can see him, if he doesn't move this summer, I can see him renewing his contract before then. Because Dortmund know they could get, 150 million for Haaland? Easy. 130 million at least. And he won't be moving for that 70 million. So expect him to sign a new contract if he isn't moving this summer. But City need to make a big offer, don't they? They need to sign a striker. And I don't think there's anyone better than Haaland. You've got to sign the best players sometimes. And I know City are reluctant to do that, but maybe they need to do it. This is something we will be discussing later. We won't go into too much detail right now. Mahrez with a brilliant ball into Kevin De Bruyne. It's 2-0 Manchester City. That is an absolutely beautiful goal by Manchester City. It really is incredible. 2-0 City lead. It's Bernardo Silva again. Riyad Mahrez gets the ball just on the edge of the right-hand side of the box. Plays the ball with the outside of his boot. We'll see it again here. Walker into De Bruyne to Cancelo. Cancelo with a little nutmeg out to Mahrez. This ball by Mahrez on the outside of his boot when he gets it back from Kevin De Bruyne is absolutely incredible. Outside of his boot, in behind to Kevin De Bruyne. It's just on the byline. De Bruyne cuts it back and Bernardo Silva's there to tap it in. 2 goals for Bernardo Silva. 2-0 Manchester City. This is some performance from the side. I know they play in Birmingham City, but credit to Riyad Mahrez as well. The weight of pass there with the outside of his left foot was incredible. And Bernardo Silva playing sort of the Gundogan role today, isn't he? Gundogan playing deeper usually, but in the last few games he's been drifted into the box and getting in attacking areas to finish the chances. And Bernardo Silva's the one who's done it here today. So Manchester City 2, Birmingham City 0. And I think Birmingham City expect to go out today. And hopefully, I'm really hoping that Pep Guardiola, if City can score quite a few goals today, we get to see the likes of Liam Delap. Delap deserves a chance. We get to see Taylor Howard-Bellis. We get to see Lucas Nemecha. We get to see Luke Mbeti and whoever else is on the bench. Just get some of the youngsters in the team there and give them a chance. They deserve it. So here is Ruben Diaz on the ball. Andrew Buckley says another brilliant goal, and it was, Andrew. Fantastic goal from Manchester City's point of view. Really, really nice goal it was. Very surprising that City are playing so well. So, you know, technically brilliant, but it was a brilliant goal, wasn't it, from Bernardo Silva and Mahrez. And Mahrez is speeding down the wing here. He's got George Friend to take on. He's going to go inside Riyad Mahrez, but he's... Oh, what a brilliant bit of skill by Mahrez. He's in behind Friend, and it's deflected away. De Bruyne wins it back in the Birmingham box. It's Cancelo. Foden. Mahrez needs to get back on side so Foden can find him, and City have to go backwards. Brilliant football there from City again. Working hard to win the ball back. And City have made a really positive start to this game. Ruben Diaz with a... Ooh, Diaz. Ruben Diaz could be in trouble here. He took a very heavy touch. He tackled the Birmingham City player. And I thought it could be a red card. His studs were shown there as he lunged in to win that ball back. Very dangerous tackle by Diaz. I don't think he actually touched the player, but it was the fact that we saw Emile Smith-Rowe sent off for Arsenal last night. No, he hasn't even been booked. There's not much in that really, is there? But if he had made contact with his studs, I'm pretty sure we could have seen a red card for Ruben Diaz there. Here's the Birmingham City come forward now. In the middle, I'm not too sure the names of these Birmingham City players, which makes it a little bit harder to commentate on them. George Friend, I do know he is. I think we've mentioned him a lot, haven't we? On the ball, the left back, the number 5, and Kyle Walker up and under and away. De Bruyne gets his body into the Birmingham City player. So header 1, Rodri. Terrible pass by Rodri. It's out for a throw-in. But he clears it away at least, Rodri. TTHD says, I don't know why everyone has all the circulation around Haaland. It matters if he wants to leave. And he hasn't said anything so far. That's true. But Jadon Sancho never said he wanted to leave Dortmund, did he, this summer? And everyone assumed, he wants to stay. He doesn't want to go to United. But the sporting director of Dortmund did say not too long ago, a few weeks ago, he said, Sancho was ready to leave. He wanted to leave. So, I don't know. With Erling Haaland, he's basically the new Ibrahimovic, isn't he? He's got Raiola, his agent. He's just going to try and move from club to club every 3 years, you'd say. So if City sign him, they're only going to get 5 years maximum out of him before his agent starts running his mouth. So City have got to be careful with that side, and that's one of the negatives about signing Erling Haaland. And TTHD, you don't have to stay quiet. Feel free to put as many comments in the comment section as you want. We're here to have a chat. That's what we're here for. It's an interactive live stream for a reason. Cancelo's been dance passed by Lecco into the box, and Rodri wins it off him. Rodri shows his strength, but Cancelo sat down there by Jonathan Lecco. Really nice run by the number 14, the English winger, and then Rodri's tackle from behind by, is it Scott Hogan? Could be a yellow card, this. Poor tackle on Rodri. Replay here, the Jonathan Lecco chance. Oh, Cancelo slips, doesn't he? But Rodri has a tendency, when he wins the ball, to put his body in there and put his leg in front of the player, but not actually put his foot on the ball till after he's fouled the player. And it looks like he's won the ball, but bit of a dangerous tackle, especially in the box. He made one, didn't he, against Chelsea on Timo Werner. And I remember us saying on this channel, that should have been a penalty, really. We were worried it was going to be a penalty. And Rodri's done another one there against the Birmingham City player, Jonathan Lecco. I find it odd to see Birmingham in the red kit. You're used to them in the blue and white, aren't you? But of course they won't be wearing the blue and white today because City are. Here's Ruben Diaz. To Kyle Walker and back to Zach Steffen in goal. Steffen, who's been impressive, hasn't he, really? I know he's been a bit shaky at times. Obviously, he's not as confident as Edison on the ball, but it's hard to be that sort of player. But Stefan's good shot stopper, very good shot stopper, the American. And it looks like there's an injury here for Birmingham City. A player's gone down already, 20 minutes in, under a challenge from Phil Foden. He's holding his knee. That could be the end of his day, if I'm honest. Looks like he's just pulled a muscle at the front of his knee, just below his kneecap. It's Terrell, it is, the ex-Arsenal midfielder. That could very easily be an ACL injury, that one. The way that he's put his leg out trying to attack Phil Foden, and Foden's just connected with his knee. It's the smallest things, the smallest little impact injury like that can be a ACL injury or an MCL or whatever you call them. Here's the replay of the Bernardo Silva goal. Half volley. Some finish by Bernardo. What a finish by Bernardo Silva that was, wasn't it? On the half volley. Then a second goal here shown again. Brilliant from Bernardo Silva. Manchester City. Not sure. They're taking a bit of a break here, aren't they? As they wait for this injury. Lots of close-ups from Bernardo. And Terrell is coming off, I think. He's had medical treatment. Whether he comes back on is another question. I think it'd be difficult if he has got a bad knee injury to stay on the field. And ball is back in play. Terrell is back on. And the players continue to run around. Here's Riyad Mahrez. Brilliant touch by Mahrez. He slips, but De Bruyne is behind him. Doesn't need to give it him. Good play by City. Back on the ball here. Rodri. Here's Ruben Diaz. Rodri again. Into João Cancelo, who knocks it back to Kyle Walker. And Walker goes back to Stefan. City controlling this game. They are 2-0 up now. Lowe says, Manchester City have a brilliant academy in my opinion. It's a shame that the academy products don't get a lot of opportunities in competitions like this. That is very true. I think Pep takes the cups very seriously, which is understandable. You've got to try and win it. If you're in the competition, you've got to try and win it. But like you're saying there, they have got a brilliant academy. There's so many good young players in the City academy that just don't get a chance, do they? And City lost Sancho because of that, because they weren't going to give him a chance. They lost Brahim Diaz because he knew he wouldn't get a chance, although he did move back to his boyhood club, Real Madrid. That's not really worked out for him, has it? But City don't really give chances to young players, to really good young players. And they lose them. Jayden Braff's another one City are going to lose because they're not going to give him a chance. Although there's a big issue with Jayden Braff's attitude, isn't there? Everyone has their own opinions on that. You know, obviously Braff knows he's a good player, but he thinks he's too good. He's a bit too big for his boots, the saying is, for a 17-year-old. Oh, De Bruyne is going for a tackle here. Oh, he's all right. But Jayden Braff, you know, the academy's there. They should be trying to... Oh, that's a bad tackle on Jesus by Terrell. It is a free kick. He studs her up there. He studs her up on Gabriel Jesus. A bit like the Ruben Diaz one. He's surprised it's a foul, but it is. Yeah, on Jayden Braff, he's a young player who obviously has attitude issues. There is reports he drives around Manchester throwing money at people and things like that, which is... You don't want to see that, do you? You don't want to see that. Too much too early, I think the saying is, for players like that. But he's absolutely quality, isn't he? At 17 years of age, the Dutchman. He's absolute quality. Oh, Terrell didn't really mean that foul there, and Jesus slides in late and clatters with Jesus, but it is a free kick. And with City on Jayden Braff, the academy is there to sort of, you know, educate these players on attitude issues and trying to get it out of them. But obviously, they've not done a good job with Braff. Here's Jesus. Oh, Foden with a great turn, and Phil Foden on his right foot drags the shot wide in the edge of the box. It was a really nice turn from Phil Foden, similar to the Ilkay Gundogan turn against Chelsea. It's a beautiful ball by Ruben Diaz over the top. I've noticed the Athletic have recently done summer transfer window ratings. They've rated other players, and the Athletic, the writer of this article was a Manchester United fan, I think. So what do you expect? And he's rated Ruben Diaz at a 7 and said that he's not a good ball playing centre back. He's not really a Pep Guardiola centre back, so we'll just give him a 7, which I think this is what happens when you get fanzine writers, isn't it? Writing for reputable reports like that, and Ruben Diaz an 8. Do you know what I mean? A 7 or an 8. He should be a 9 or a 10. He's been incredible. He's transformed the Manchester City defence. And if his name was Virgil van Dijk or Harry Maguire and he's playing like he is now, they'd be giving him 10s and saying he's the best thing they've ever seen. So you get used to it as a City fan. You get used to this big media bias. Good turn by Jesus, taking on a few Birmingham players and then gives it away, trying to do a little bit too much. But Jesus working hard, wins the ball back. Needs to pass it now. He does to Bernardo. Bernardo back to Jesus. Jesus will go back to Bernardo. And then City, they're playing in little triangles. Back to Benjamin Mendy. Across the box here now. Here's Rodri. City keeping it at the back. Diaz is telling Rodri to move a bit further forward. Surprisingly, Mendy's not played as an attacking fullback today, has he? He's been very conservative on that left-hand side. Not really overlapping. Foden with a vital interception there. And now Bernardo chased it down. Mikel San Jose outpaces him there. It's a big man, Mikel San Jose. You wouldn't expect it, would you? I can see why he's moved to centre-back from midfield. Good work by him as well there. He must be about 38, San Jose. He can't be a youngster anymore. Ball at the top by Birmingham to Scott Hogan. It's intercepted by Mendy, who knocks it out of play. And that's what Mendy's done all game so far, put the ball out of play. He's not had a good game, has he? First 26 minutes. Been a bit disappointing. Looks a dangerous pass by Birmingham. Good first touch. Oh, Kevin De Bruyne. If he'd won that ball, City were 3-on-1 there. The Birmingham City player went on the challenge tough. And he has to go in tough because he knows if he'd lost it, would have been in big trouble there. Lecco. And good work by Foden to win it back. Terrell lays it off. De Bruyne wins it back. City on the counter now. Mahrez, he's got options. Goes backwards though. Cancelo goes backwards. Walker. City play out the press though from Birmingham. And that's really nice from Bernardo Silva to get away from Scott Hogan there. In his own half. Little step over. Bernardo Silva's starting to become the Bernardo Silva we bought, isn't he? The Bernardo Silva of old, which is good. It's taken him 2 seasons to get back to that level. But hopefully, he does become the Bernardo Silva of old. You know, nominated for the Ballon d'Or, Bernardo Silva, in that season where he was absolutely incredible. And you thought, you know what, we have got one amazing player in Bernardo Silva. We've got the heir to David Silva. And then it just seemed to start happening for him, didn't it? But he's on the ball here. It's Rodri. Beautiful ball over the top and knocked away. Foden was running to try and get in the end of that one. San Jose back to Prieto and back to the fullback. And they've given it away. Mahrez. Cancelo slows the game down. João Cancelo. And goes back to Kyle Walker. Here's Bernardo Silva on the right hand side now. Cancelo back to Bernardo. Oh, nice ball by Bernardo into Rodri, who is fouled. Nowhere near the ball. There's frustration for the Birmingham City players, but I don't quite understand why. It's a clear foul on Rodri here by, is it Bittenwald? Sounds German to me, or Austrian. He's nowhere near the ball on Rodri. He's actually lifted his leg after he slid in on Rodri to cut him out. Here's Jesus, Mendy. Back to Ruben Diaz. City have controlled this game pretty much from about 3 minutes in, haven't they? And Birmingham City haven't really had a sniff since the goal from Bernardo, although that chance for Lecco when he got in the box so he beat Cancelo, maybe the only chance you can think of for Birmingham City. Here's Kyle Walker bringing the ball out from the back. City's defence is pretty deep at the moment, which I'm surprised at. Still a good 30 yards away from the goal, but he's still quite deep. And look at Mendy, he's pretty much stood as a left centre-back, Benjamin Mendy, not even making any forward runs, which is very odd. Here's Riyad Mahrez. City trying to exploit the left-hand side of Birmingham, it seems, with all these players down the right-hand side with Cancelo, Mahrez, Foden, Bernardo. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Pretty much Jesus on his own down the left. Oh, what a ball by Kevin. What a ball. Here's Jesus. It's a save. Mendy slow to react. What a ball by Kevin De Bruyne. It's deflected away for a corner. Cleared away Mendy's cross. But what a ball by Kevin De Bruyne there. Beautiful. It really was. Cut Birmingham's defence open there. George Friend at left back. Playing very deep compared to the rest of his defensive line. And his Birmingham City side. What a ball to Jesus. Tries to put it through the keeper's legs. He may have been better trying to square that. Although there was a lot of Birmingham City men in front of him. Cross in. Diaz. Ooh. If Diaz had got that, I think he would have scored. Here's De Bruyne again. Falls back to him. Crosses it. Strike. Tried to get to Mahrez on the edge of the box, and Mendy chases this one down. Mendy does not look fit to me. His running style looks like he's struggling to run. No, that could be them knee injuries that really have finished Benjamin Mendy off, haven't they? And I can't see him being here for very much longer. Oh, what a ball by Mahrez. Foden's in now. Poor touch by Phil Foden, who's absolutely snapped by Mikel San Jose. I'm not sure if this is a foul or not. If it is, it could be a red card for Mikel San Jose. Is it going to VAR, this? I'm not quite sure. It is going to VAR. Well, Foden shoots. It's on the edge of the box, but it's got to be a red card. Foden goes to shoot. Mikel San Jose on the edge of the box. Well, it's obviously not a penalty because it's on the edge of the box. It's checking possible penalty. We know it's not a penalty, but that is not. He's not won the ball here. Foden goes to kick the ball, and he's absolutely crunched by Mikel San Jose. Just on the edge of the box. Well, I cannot understand this. I cannot understand this. If you're watching this, you'll see. VAR decides that it's not a penalty for Manchester City. Mikel San Jose did foul Foden. He was the last man, but they've not given it because it's not a penalty. City on the counter again. Mahrez with a shot, and it's blocked. Mikel San Jose clears it away straight into Kevin De Bruyne. He's having a good game, is he? Jesus could have passed it to De Bruyne there. Too greedy from Gabriel Jesus. But I just don't understand that decision from VAR. Clearly it wasn't a penalty because Foden was on the outside of the box, but it's still probably a red card for San Jose because Foden's through on goal before he gets taken out by San Jose. It's a very strange decision. Zach Steffen here, he's been training with Edison, you can see there. He's pretty much more outside his box than he is in it. And that's a late tackle on Cancelo by Scott Hogan. A few little niggly tackles going in from Birmingham, and that one by San Jose was a surprise. It wasn't a red or yellow card. Here's Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez into Foden. He's got space on the right-hand side. Foden goes to the shot himself. What a goal by Phil Foden. I was about to say Foden has got space, but it's a goal. It's Phil Foden. Smashes one from the edge of the box into the bottom corner. Really good finish. Rodri into Mahrez. Leads the attack. Mahrez into Foden. He's got space Bernardo on this right hand side, but he doesn't need it. He does not need it, does Phil Foden. And he puts it into the back of the net. Good finish by Phil Foden. Where are you in the comments? Foden, 47, Foden the GOAT. It's your favourite player, I assume. Foden's just scored for the team. Manchester City are leading now by 3-0 against Birmingham. It could be 3 or 4-0 at half time. And a really good performance so far in Birmingham City. Jonathan Lecco plays it straight out of play there. That's really poor by Lecco. And here is Kyle Walker into Ruben Dias. City playing really, really well, aren't they? They really are. You've got to be impressed with how City have played today. Some really good finishing as well. That's one thing that's really positive from my point of view, and surely from your point of view, is the finishing. City have finished really well. Their chances. Andrew says it's very easy for us. It is very easy for City. Probably too easy, and you hope they don't take the foot off the gas a bit. But City are playing really, really well. And they are playing 18th in the Championship, though, so you've got to have, realistic ideas. But the finishing, the goalkeeper, you couldn't say he should have done any better. The finishing has been top quality, top draw for Manchester City. But Birmingham got a chance here. There's space for Lecco. Look at that bursting run from Jonathan Lecco. Terrell doesn't find him. It's Friend who's going to shoot, I've no doubt. And he shoots, and Zach Steffen gets booted in the head. Scott Hogan comes flying in to save it. Steffen comes out and catches the ball. Very good goalkeeping from Steffen. Very, very good goalkeeping from Zach Steffen. Gets a boot in the head for his troubles. I don't know why Terrell does not play Jonathan Lecco. He burst past Kyle Walker, making a run inside. Makes space for Friend. His shot's deflected, and Steffen, he nearly deflected into the path of Hogan as it bounced past. I think it came off João Cancelo's boot. It did, and Well played, Zach Steffen. Really good goalkeeping to get his hands on that. Very good reactions from Zach Steffen, who every game he plays he impresses me a bit more. I know he's a bit dodgy at times against against Manchester United, sorry. But he made that save, didn't he, from Bruno Fernandes early on, which pretty much changed the game. Because if Bruno Fernandes had scored that goal, I think it would have been a much different game. So well played, Zach Steffen. And probably could give Edison a run for his money in the first team. Good ball by De Bruyne. Here's Jesus, who will get there. Oh, brilliant pace by Jesus. Gabriel Jesus! Oh, it's cleared off the line. He tries to chip the goalkeeper. Audacious attempt from Jesus to chip it from there. He probably should have tapped it in. De Bruyne fouled now, surely. Referee thinks not. Birmingham City on the counter. Lecco's got all this space on this right-hand side. And here comes the tricky winger. Look at the pace from Jonathan Lecco. He's up against Walker, though. Kyle Walker defends really well. But Gabriel Jesus at the other end. What a ball by Kevin De Bruyne again. Don't know how that wasn't a foul on Kevin De Bruyne. You're right, Lowe. It was a clear foul, wasn't it? You'd say. What a ball by De Bruyne this is to Gabriel Jesus. Absolutely fantastic. Jesus skips past the defender. It's a poor finish, though. He's tried the chip. No power on it. He needs to just put that curl it into the bottom corner, didn't he? Gabriel Jesus. Sanchez. Here on the corner for Birmingham City. I'm going to cross it in, and Zach Steffen makes a good save. And lays it straight off to João Cancelo on this left-hand side now. Here's João. Into Rodri. Rodri, and it's an interception by the Birmingham City player. He's going to have a run at Benjamin Mendy. He might back himself against Mendy here. He's played a ball on the line to Scott Hogan. He's got Ruben Diaz up against him. Not bad by Scott Hogan there. Plays his way out of trouble. Birmingham City forced backwards. And here is, I'm not sure who that centre back. Who is the number 15 for Birmingham? I'm not quite sure. Here come Birmingham again. They play it out wide to George Friend, the captain, of course, of Birmingham City. It's a ball over the top to Lecco, and Kyle Walker deals with it. And Zach Steffen back in his hands. Easy enough for Zach Steffen. Bernardo Silva. Out to Kevin De Bruyne. What a ball by De Bruyne again. He's just doing this with ease now, De Bruyne. He makes it look so easy, these passes in behind, this time to Phil Foden. He's pulled back. Here's Bernardo. Cancelo. City go back again. It's Benjamin Mendy. Cancelo. Apologies for any buffering on the stream at the moment. It seems that it's going a little bit slow. Comes and goes, isn't it, the buffering on this stream? If you're experiencing buffering right now, it should clear itself up in not too long. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Out to Rodri. Rodri. Kyle Walker. Ruben Diaz and City are just playing it around the back now. They're taking the time with this. Not rushing anything. Here's Benjamin Mendy. Ruben Diaz once again. 38 minutes play. Coming up to half time now. Walker. Into Foden. Who's good tackle that is by the number 15, the centre-back for Birmingham City. Foden, though, showing energy, trying to win that ball back. Just couldn't do so. The goalkeeper plays it long for Birmingham City. And the game is sort of slowed down a little bit in pace now. City 3-0 up, just sort of cruising now. Not even out of second gear, City, at the moment, are they? Very comfortable for them at the moment. Ball across the box, and Friend. That's very good fullback play by Friend. Knocks it back to the goalkeeper. Cleverly done. City to continue to dominate this game, however, and Friend nodded it back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper on the ball. There's the fullback for Birmingham. Cuts it back. Midfield. Birmingham growing into the game slightly, like we said, City are sort of letting him have the ball a bit more. They're not hunting him down as much. Not sure Pep will be happy with that. Be wanting his side to be more attacking, to get in the ball a bit more. Here's the winger. Well, good bit of play here down the wing for Birmingham. It's across the box. Stefan with a save. He fumbled it at first attempt, Zach Stefan, but the second one into his hands. Well, City got a bit lucky there, you'd say. But they've got away with that one, Manchester City, in the end. Pretty lucky to get away with it, weren't they? Here's Gabriel Jesus over the top. Foden chests it down to Bernardo with a shot. Bernardo Silva, and I thought he'd scored. I thought he'd put it in. He hasn't done. Very unlucky not to. Good idea from Bernardo again on the volley, a half volley. Trying to put it in. And he just couldn't do so. It's just wide. Birmingham City with a goal kick, play the ball forward. And it goes straight out for a Manchester City throw-in. Here's Cancelo. Down to Kyle Walker. Diaz. Mendy. Diaz and City really are just sort of seeing the game out a bit now, aren't they? And we should be back up to full streaming capacity now. No buffering now from now on. Until he does it again. It comes and goes. It's very odd. Obviously, I'm not the most technically gifted person in terms of technology. But I have a little bar here that tells me whether the stream is, at full capacity or not. And it does go red for a while. When it's at red, you will, experience buffering. But when it's on green like it is now, it's back to perfect again. And I'm not sure why it dropped to the red there for a few minutes. But we're back to green again. And Felix Demetra, sorry. I always get them two mixed up, the two brothers. Felix Demetra's warming up for Manchester City. And hopefully that means that we're going to see Felix in the second half. A chance for him to play. Show his ability in the second half, Felix Demetra. Liam Delap as well there, but he's not warming up. Here's Bernardo Silva. Mendy making a bursting overlapping run. Here's Jesus. Oh, it's a really nice switch by Jesus out to Mahrez onto his chest. Mahrez down to Cancelo. Holds the ball off well and then into Rodri, but Rodri was a bit unhappy, I think, with the pass from João Cancelo there. He's a little slow. De Bruyne. Walker out wide to Riyad Mahrez and to Cancelo, and City started to move the ball a bit quicker again now. It's Phil Foden, clear foul. He tries to carry on, Phil Foden. This one's going to be a yellow card, I think, for the Birmingham City. It is a yellow card. The referee shakes his head. He says, Robert Jones, he says, I can't do anything else but book you for that. Something else in the news, actually, regarding the FA Cup this week was Manchester City owner Sheikh Mansour. He purchased the oldest surviving FA Cup for around $765,000 this week. And it was won by City in 1904, 116 years ago. And Mansour bought the cup, the trophy, so no one else could have it. And he's loaned it to the Football Museum in Manchester, which is very good of him. And it shows how much the City owners do care about the community, doesn't it? And it's very good by Sheikh Mansour. Loay asks, where do you watch this match? On BBC iPlayer. It's free in the UK on BBC iPlayer, Loay. I'm not sure which country you are in. But in the UK, it's free on BBC iPlayer. I'm sure there's other ways of watching the game there usually is. Mahrez steps up for a free kick here. Riyad Mahrez, and he puts his free kick just over the bar. You'd expect him to do better there. Mahrez shakes his head in disappointment at himself. You'd expect Riyad Mahrez to be scoring that one, wouldn't you? But yeah, the match is on BBC iPlayer, free in the UK. You can watch it online if you just go on Google or however you use Firefox or whatever you use, any browser. Go on BBC, go on iPlayer, create a BBC account, and it's free to watch in the BBC. And I think most FA Cup matches this season will be. Luckily, the FA Cup is still there to be watched on free TV in the UK. Here's Rodri. Foden. A little outside the boot pass to Gabriel Jesus. City, not said how many minutes are added on here. We are in the 45th minute, approaching half-time. De Bruyne out to Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez going to take on George Friend here. That's a clear foul by Lecco. Didn't even try and disguise that foul, did Jonathan Lecco. Just takes the legs of Riyad Mahrez, and it is a foul. And City get a chance to swing a ball in at right. There was 2 minutes added on right at the end of the game. It's a poor tackle by Lecco on Mahrez. On Laway is right. He said that Birmingham are chasing shadows, and they are at the moment. I talk on Anchor's side, and not really performing like he probably hoped they were. They're probably hoping for an FA Cup upset, but it's very difficult to do that against Manchester City, isn't it? Wigan were a side that did do it, however. Wigan did a good job of doing that, and Foden and De Bruyne stand over this. Of course, Foden swung in that wonderful ball for John Stones in the cup, and De Bruyne sits it up to Rodri at the back post. That's a poor attempt by City. Diaz. Here's De Bruyne. Could shoot here. He's got a chance to whip one in. It's a poor cross by De Bruyne. Very poor. Straight into the Forest player. De Bruyne makes a foul on Lecco, but Forest? Apologies. Birmingham. They play in red. They look like Nottingham Forest to me. And it's not. It's Birmingham City, of course. Approaching half-time. It's died off this game a lot, hasn't it? So the last 10 minutes, last 10, 15 minutes. Here's Foden. Acceleration from Foden is brilliantly done. Into Mahrez. Well, he played a little ball down the line to De Bruyne who couldn't get there. I'm sure Kevin De Bruyne is going to be the one that comes off at half-time. Surely. And he brings on Felix Nemecha. And then maybe Bernardo or Jesus comes off for Liam Delap at some point. Can make 5 substitutions in this competition, Manchester City. And they may as well use it. And that is half-time. Manchester City 3, Birmingham City 0. 3-0 Man City lead the FA Cup at half-time, and you expect that to be game over, but you never know. Birmingham City could come out and do a blind in the second half, and the City make too many changes to the starting 11. You could be seeing, some mistakes there back, especially if Howard Bellis, a youngster, comes on. Howard Bellis would be a player I would bring on as well, probably for Kyle Walker. Although maybe he's playing purely for match fitness, Kyle Walker, and we see Cancelo come off. So Manchester City 3, Birmingham City 0. A little summary of the half-time, summary of the first half. City have played really well, some really nice balls in behind. That one by Mahrez in the outside of his boot. I will go on about that forever because that was a fantastic goal. A fantastic little pass from Mahrez, and they cut it back for Bernardo Silva. And Bernardo Silva's volley as well. What a goal by Bernardo Silva on the volley. City have been, like you expect really, pretty solid defensively. Very creative offensively. João Cancelo drifting all over the field as usual and creating plenty of chances. The other scores from around the third round: Barnsley 0, Tranmere Rovers 0, Bristol City 1, Portsmouth 1, Chelsea lead Morecambe by 2-0. Cheltenham Town 0, Mansfield Town 1, Crawley Town, debut for Mark Wright, is not happened yet. He's on the bench. The only way is Essex star playing for Crawley Town. Hardly news, is it? But they've spoke about it enough. He has not played for Crawley today. He's on the bench. They're 0-0 with Leeds United, and City are winning 3-0 against Birmingham City. So we're going to have a little break over half-time. Please feel free to talk amongst yourselves in the live comments. BBC iPlayer is showing all the highlights of the games at half-time now from around the FA Cup half one kickoff. So make sure you watch those games. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in about 10 minutes' time.
protect your soul.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. With crimson secrets and forbidden bliss, can't stay still, don't stop that thrill. My bones crave your skin, temptation within, mistakes ignite the silence. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Yeah.
Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel. We're back for coverage of the second half. Manchester City versus Birmingham in the FA Cup. Manchester City currently lead by 3-0 against Birmingham City. And Birmingham have got a number 4, Roberts. Not sure who he is, but he's warming up at half-time. So it seems to me like Roberts is going to come on for Birmingham City. He's there doing a lot of intensive work, passing the ball around with the trainer, and he is in full kit. So I assume Roberts will be a first change for Birmingham. Of course, like we said, 5 substitutions can be made in today's game by either side. So I'm not sure Pep will make all 5, but Birmingham might give a chance to some players to get some experience against Manchester City. And the players are coming back out the tunnel now for the second half. Julie said, when I said 3-0, I meant at half-time. Yeah, I can understand that. Everyone's changed their predictions. Has people's predictions changed? Let us know in the comments. And Margaret Kern says, City doing great. Better than I predicted for half-time. Yeah, you said 2-0, I think, didn't you, Margaret? So that's a difference. Manchester City lead by 3-0 instead of half-time. And we said about 4-0, I think a few comments were 4-2. Will Birmingham score? A few people did predict Birmingham to score. Do you think Birmingham will score? It's up to you guys. Do you think they will score? It's an odd one, isn't it? I don't think Birmingham will score today. I think they'll be very lucky to nick a goal. It depends if we see Ruben Diaz come off, if we see Taylor Howard-Bellis come on and those sorts of players. If they do score, I'm not bothered if they do score. Just chance to get these younger lads to have a chance in the team. And off comes number 6 for Birmingham, I think it is. Oh, he's coming on as well. So 2 substitutions by Birmingham at half-time. I think it is Clayton, one of them, the ex-Middlesbrough player. And Taylor Howard-Bellis is coming on for Manchester City. Well, that's great news for City fans. Really good news. So Roberts and Clayton come on, the number 4 and number 8 for Birmingham City at half-time. And it looks like Taylor Howard-Bellis, Manchester City fan, born in Manchester, has been in the youth team a very long time. Still has a season ticket, I think, at the club and goes to the games. You know, these are the sorts of players you want to come through at the club, don't you? The likes of Phil Foden, Taylor Howard-Bellis. And it looks like Howard-Bellis has come on. It is the number 78. Taylor Howard-Bellis is on for Manchester City. So a change at half-time, and that's a really good substitution by Pep Guardiola. A smart substitution. I assume it's Ruben Diaz off. Oh, there's more changes from Pep Guardiola. 3 substitutions at half-time, it seems. Well, we thought Felix Nemecha will come on. Felix Nemecha does come on, and so does John Stones. So 3 massive substitutions by Pep Guardiola. He rarely changes things at half-time, but I think it's the right decision from him. I'm very impressed with Pep for doing that. Stones, I'm surprised at coming on, but Felix Nemecha, a chance for this young man to impress, and that's going to be really good for us fans to see Felix Nemecha play for the club today. Him and his brother have been at the club a very long time. So Manchester City versus Birmingham. And the second half is about to get underway. Referee checks his watch. The referee checks the linesman. He checks the goalkeeper. And he blows his whistle. Manchester City versus Birmingham, FA Cup. Round 3, second half is underway. Another 45 minutes of hopefully some really nice football. And John Stones is on the left-hand side defence, which I think is pretty unusual for John Stones. He usually prefers it on the right-hand side, but he's been put on the left-hand side. And Taylor Howard-Bellis has gone on the right-hand side. I'm not sure who Felix Nemecha came on for. I'm assuming Kevin De Bruyne. Kyle Walker's playing the João Cancelo role now. You can see Kyle Walker is actually in midfield. And here is Felix Nemecha. First touches on the ball for the big man. That's a great first touch by him. And then a ball into Bernardo Silva. What a ball by Felix Nemecha. Unlucky. And he is on for Kevin De Bruyne as we expected. So rest for Kevin De Bruyne. Ruben Diaz and João Cancelo. Very smart changes by Pep Guardiola. And 2 big opportunities for Taylor Howard-Bellis and Felix Nemecha on the pitch now. Stones back to Zach Steffen, and a really good opportunity for these players. I'm very excited to see Felix Nemecha. He hardly ever plays, does he, for the first team, other than a few minutes, and this is his big opportunity now. 45 minutes to really impress and cement his place as a player on the fringes of the first team, possibly, not having to go out on loan. Here's Kyle Walker playing that João Cancelo role of playing pretty much inside. In the middle, Rodri. Oh, it's a poor ball by Rodri out to Bernardo. The right idea though, Rodri. At least he's passing forward and not sideways. We know we're used to that with Rodri. But at least he's passed forward. And here is Nemecha. Slow things down. Oh, he's given it away, Felix Nemecha. That's poor by the big man. He's very big, isn't he, Felix Nemecha? I think he's about 6'3", midfielder. But he made a really nice pass early on, but that was a poor pass to give it away in the middle to Bernardo Silva. A simple 2-yard pass. Lucianeri in the comments says hi, hello to you. How are you doing? Are you watching this game? Are you enjoying the game? Manchester City versus Birmingham. My good Birmingham goalkeeper kicks it out of play. And that is going to be a throw-in for Manchester City. So Nemecha on. Felix Nemecha, a youngster, having the chance to impress. Poor first touches, however, wasn't it, by him? Giving the ball away early on. But he can only improve, and he will improve, I'm sure, the young man. Here is the Birmingham City players. And Roberts, who's just come on, plays a ball long. Mendy gives chase. And it's cleared away, luckily. Well cleared away. Birmingham might grow into the game a little bit with these youngsters on. You probably expected them to grow into the game a little bit. But we're not sure. Here's Birmingham, Lecco. Ball inside and Howard Bellis decides not to go to him. Mikel San Jose plays it out wide and it's cleared away. And City going to get back on the ball. Pep Guardiola giving instructions to the City players there. Here's Stones to Mendy. Confident in playing it out from the back of Manchester City. And there they usually are. Ball over the top, and it's Roberts who's a dangerous head back by Roberts, that, isn't it? Very dangerous. Very dangerous by Roberts to head it back in that position when Phil Foden's behind him. They get away with it. Here's Nemecha. He goes for a shot, does he? No. Very slow on the ball. Nemecha at times, you'd say. Here's Rodri. Mendy. Out wide to Phil Foden. And then here come Birmingham on another counter. Here's Lecco attacking. And he can't get through. Chance again here. Running through here is Jonathan Lecco and Stones quickly across John Stones. Brilliant tackle. Stones has really turned into some defender, hasn't he? In recent time. Really has turned into some sort of defender over the past few weeks. What a tackle that is by John Stones to knock it out of play. City back in the ball again. That's a mistake by them. And City are playing really well. And John Stones is really showing how good he is, isn't he? Really is. Here's Mendy. Hamza says, Man City, come on. We're hoping Man City win this game. They should win this game, shouldn't they, Hamza? Now they're 3-0 up. Here's Walker. Oh, he gets lucky there a bit, doesn't he, Kyle Walker? Mahrez. City on the counter. Riyad Mahrez inside to Rodri. Here's Rodri in the centre of the pitch. I thought you were going to go for a ball over the top there to Bernardo Silva. Instead he goes down to Kyle Walker. Walker. Here's Jesus. Little touch. And then lays it off to, I think it was Bernardo Silva. Rodri out wide to Benjamin Mendy. Stones. City playing the ball really well at the moment. Mendy. Rodri. Here's Rodri again. Howard Bellis. Bernardo Silva dropping deep. Little link-up play between Bernardo and Mahrez. Near is Mahrez. Cuts inside on the centre circle here. Mahrez. City trying to make something happen here. They need to get Felix Nemetri involved in the game as well, I think. Here's Walker. Mendy. Back to Stones. Howard Bellis. That's a poor pass by Taylor Howard Bellis between Walker and Riyad Mahrez, and goes out of play, but Rodri straight in there. Bernardo. Little flick through for Mahrez. Mahrez, ooh, nearly got through there, Riyad Mahrez. Just not good enough first touch. City back on the ball, though. Here's Stones bringing it out from the defence. John Stones. Wide to Kyle Walker. City playing really well here. Good layoff by Jesus. Gone through the middle. Mahrez with fancy feet. Just couldn't make his way through. Rodri. Back to John Stones, and Manchester City playing really well. Keeping control of this game despite having the youngsters on now in Howard Bellis and so on. Here's Mendy. Rodri. John Stones. Stones again. To Rodri. Stones pretty much in the midfield now with Rodri. Mendy with a difficult pass. I'm surprised he tried to attempt that pass, Mendy, even though it was only maybe 3 or 4 yards in front of him, Bernardo Silva. He did pass it when there was a Birmingham player stood in front of him. Here's Walker. The game has slowed down a lot, hasn't it, since the first half, really. A much slower game. Here's Benjamin Mendy out to Felix Nemetri. Nemetri into Kyle Walker. City getting a bit of possession. Kyle Walker gives it away, though, now. That's a poor pass by Kyle. He's disappointed with himself. You can see that, Kyle Walker. Would like to see Nemetri on the ball more. Ball down the line here. Stones is appealing for offside. They're not going to give it. Taylor Howard Bellis has not been the most impressive. They finally give offside, but it's about a minute later the referee gives offside, the linesman. Very strange decision why he didn't give offside earlier than that. Took a very long time, didn't he? Very long time. We'll see it here. Yeah, it's clearly offside. Stones knows he's offside. He's watching the line. He knows where Benjamin Mendy is behind him. He knows Mendy's not going to be any deeper. And Lecco is offside. And it took the referee a while to decide that. And Jonathan Lecco seems to have gone up top now for Birmingham. A bit more pace through the middle. Hopefully their idea is to hopefully get at Taylor Howard Bellis, because he's not the quickest centre-back. Neither is John Stones. But of course, Howard Bellis isn't the most experienced either. That's a nice ball by Rodri. Doesn't work, but Jesus knocks it down to Nemetri. Nemetri's got 3 men round him and he loses the ball. He's done nothing but lose the ball since he's come on, the young Nemetri, but he's trying. He's trying. If you've seen him play for the youth team, you know he is a quality player. Here's Jesus. Beautiful little flick and touch. Jesus over the keeper. He's pulled down. I'm not sure if it's a free kick or a corner. The throw in, a penalty. No idea. Lovely little touch in the air by Gabriel Jesus over the top of the defender here when it came back from Mahrez. This little flick there, brilliant. Flicks it over the keeper as well, and then he's pushed down. It's going to be a corner. I don't think Jesus was involved in the foul on the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper, I have no idea what he's doing. Bounces off his own player. Ball swung in. Oh, it's a great one. Bernardo Silva. City somehow haven't put that in the net. Bernardo Silva had to turn and shoot. He couldn't get any power in the shot. Mendy with a header to Bernardo, who's clearly offside. And it's over the bar. That is... I don't know how City have done that. Should have scored then. Ball coming. It comes right across the box. Bernardo picked it up literally 1 yard away from the goal to shoot. And couldn't put it in. And then there's a scramble. Bernardo just couldn't get the power in the shot. I think he had a player on him. Keeping hold of him. Why he couldn't get the shot off. Clayton now. Send it long and Little flick over the top. Howard Bellis. Stones deals it. Stones has pretty much come on, hasn't he, to, I think, help Howard Bellis. An English speaker next to him. Not that Ruben Diaz wouldn't be a leader next to him, but I think they might struggle with the fact that Ruben Diaz doesn't. Well, he just speaks English, doesn't he? He speaks perfect English, but maybe just not the same as Stones, whereas Howard Bellis, maybe Stones is someone that Howard Bellis is looking up to and aspiring to. And it's good for a young lad like him to play alongside someone that he does aspire to. Here's Karanka, shown on BBC. Looking on at his side, his Birmingham side that are 3-0 down. Howard Bellis, out to Stones. Plays it across his own box. Stones then into Nemecha. Takes a big hit from the midfielder. Clayton, who's come on, is really trying to be quite physical with Felix Nemecha. I think because he's a young lad, he thinks he can treat him like that. It might sort of make him not want to play the game, you know, do his confidence a bit of hurt, but it's not working at the moment. Nemecha's still doing his job. Walker showing his pace up against Friend. Oh, great cross by Walker. Bernardo Silva gets his foot on it. Nearly gets his hat-trick, Bernardo. Nearly puts it in the bottom corner, but it just goes wide. Really nice play. Walker with a great cross across the box. He's unlucky not to score that. Very unlucky not to score that, Kyle Walker. Ball played long. Nodded down there, but straight to the Birmingham City players. And he's gone out for a throw-in. The City have really controlled this game, haven't we, in this second half. Pep Guardiola looks on at his side, deciding what to do. Friend picks it up to throw in for Birmingham City in the 60th minute. Julie says, Silva going for gold. Yeah, Silva should have scored his hat-trick there, shouldn't he, really? Just put it wide. And Alex says, hola. Hola, Alex. Nice to have someone Spanish in the comments. I assume you're Spanish, Alex. You could be Argentinian or something, but hello to you as well. Here's George Friend. Cuts it back to Lecco. He's got no space, Lecco. Although he's good little bit of footwork from Lecco. Oh, and then he gives it away. And here's Foden. City on the counter, surely now. Foden. Bernardo, he's got Mahrez to his right. Jesus and Foden and Nemecha all to his left. Gives it into Nemecha. Here he comes, Felix Nemecha. Good little disguise ball out to Foden. Mendy on the overlap. Rodri. Oh, wonderful ball over the top by Rodri to Riyad Mahrez, and Manchester City make it 3-0. That is a beautiful goal. And it's all down to Rodri, you have to say. Oh, he's offside, Riyad Mahrez. Apparently he's offside. I'm not too sure he's offside, though. To me, he looked a mile on. We'll see now. Foden here. Into Rodri. Oh, that is tight, isn't it? That is very tight. I think it'll go to VAR to see whether Mahrez is offside. It's a good finish as well, isn't it, by Mahrez, and he's right foot through the keeper. This ball by Rodri sees the run of Mahrez. Mahrez could have put it across the box. Didn't need to. Well, it'll go to VAR. They will check this. Will they be celebrating Manchester City's 4th of the night? Or the afternoon of the night? It's only 2 o'clock, isn't it, over in the UK? Nearly 3 o'clock. Apparently it is offside, so it isn't 4-0. Decision, no goal. That is a shame, isn't it? That is a shame. Here's Stones, the header. City back in the ball straight away, though, and they'll be wanting to go for that 4th goal. Got a Birmingham player down. Foden's got space for Mahrez on that right-hand side. Mahrez in plenty of space. Friend's there. And he used his strength. George Friend, although he's given it straight back away. Rodri. Walker. The Birmingham player's back up now. Here's John Stones. And City play it back out from the back. Mahrez into John Stones. Into Mendy. Back out to Taylor Howard-Bellis. So they're pressing very highly, Birmingham. To me, it seems like Karanka has told them to, sort of get at the younger lads. They're not going to be as confident as the the main first team players. So get out the younger lads and see if they're the ones to give up the ball in strange areas. That's beautiful by Bernardo. A little drop of the shoulder by Bernardo takes him away from the defender. And here comes Nemecha on the counter. He's a big man, Nemecha. We've said it a few times. Out to Mendy. Gary Ransden says, didn't realise it was a 1:30 kickoff. At least comfortable second half to come. Exactly, Gary. And I know the 1:30 kickoff was a bit of an odd one. Really, wasn't it? A strange kickoff time. It seems so early. I feel like we were live so early. Oh, beautiful ball by Mahrez in behind Bernardo Silva. Cuts it back to Nemecha. And it's cleared away by Birmingham. Nemecha unlucky not to get in the end of that. But yeah, the 1:30 kickoff, it's an early kickoff. Loasi's routine win, and Gary says comfortable. It is comfortable. It's very comfortable second half. So watch if you've missed the first half, Gary. For Manchester City now. Into the second half. A corner comes in. Jesus takes it down. Mahrez with a shot. He's appealing for handball. I don't think it's ever an handball, is it really? It's Foden and it's cleared away. Cleared away by George Trend. City back on the ball though. Foden. Mahrez. Foden and Mahrez getting each other's way there, but Jonathan Lecco still can't get in the end of it. Here's Mendy. Stones and City play backwards, but they're controlling the game. We've said they're controlling the game. Bernardo. Mahrez. Back to Kyle Walker. Oh, Bernardo. That was poor by Bernardo Silva, wasn't it really? Middlesbrough. Is Birmingham on the ball. Ex-Middlesbrough man George Friend's probably their best player at fullback, I'd say. Looks like City are going to make another sub, and it's a strange one. Fernandinho is going to be coming on for City. An odd one to me. So bringing on Fernandinho at this sort of position. Here's John Stones into Gabriel Jesus. It's a poor touch. He gets lucky there. It's a poor touch, but turned into a pass really to Rodri, didn't it? Here is Walker into Mahrez. Rodri. Quickly across there, Rodri. It could be Rodri coming off, maybe, to give him a bit of a rest. It wouldn't be surprising to see that from Pep Guardiola. Rodri probably does deserve a rest. Out wide by Bernardo Silva to Kyle Walker. Walker into Jesus. Jesus and Nemecha. I seem to get them confused, even though Nemecha hasn't got those green boots on Nemecha. You see straight away into the back of Felix Nemecha. I definitely think they've been told to sort of get at these young lads. Foden, of course, is used to the physicality of football. See straight away, as soon as Nemecha's on the ball, they're straight into him. They think he's the one to give the ball away. He's made a good movement into midfield there, Nemecha. Once again, referee, another foul on Felix Nemecha. And it's likely targeting this young lad. The Birmingham City players, every time he touches the ball, they're straight in on him. No need for that, is there? This is about the 5th time now Nemecha's been fouled. Loay is asking any subs on, being gone for a while. Yeah, Felix Nemecha has come on for Kevin De Bruyne. Rodri is currently coming off for Fernandinho. Taylor Howard-Bellis is on for João Cancelo. And John Stones for Ruben Diaz. So 4 substitutions Manchester City have made now with 1 left. So we could see Liam Delap come on up top. I'm hoping that is the final substitution of Pep Guardiola. And I don't know if Pep Guardiola is bringing on Fernandinho as a little bit of a protection for these younger lads that have come on and getting pushed around. I tell you what, Liam Delap is not a young man to get pushed around. He loves a challenge, as Liam Delap. And he'll be going through these Birmingham players if they start barging into him. He's ready, definitely ready at 17 for the physicality of first team football. Good ball in by Foden. Bernardo, oh well, he can't get the same connection as he got on his first goal. His volley, he sliced it, he's hit it into the ground and it bounces away for a goal kick. Not a bad ball in by Phil Foden. Aim to Jesus, who seemed to duck out the way of that one. But a really nice ball in by Phil Foden. Great curl on that. And Bernardo Silva puts it wide. Substitutions for Birmingham City. 2 substitutions, a double change. Jonathan Lecco is off. He's feeling his hamstring, Lecco, so I assume that's a hamstring injury. And on comes ex-Burnley man. I won't attempt to butcher and pronounce his name, but you'll know who he is. I think he's... trying to think where he's from now, what nationality he is. I can't remember. But ex-Burnley. Apparently he's been doing quite well at Birmingham, I hear. He's been impressive for them. 67 minutes played. Bernardo wins it. Roberts clears it away. Fernandinho in there. He'll have a little bit of a battle, won't he? That's a late tackle on Phil Foden now by Clayton. The 2 men who've come on seem very rough sort of players. And there's nothing wrong with being a physical player. But there is something wrong with fouling people after they've kicked the ball. There's just no need for it, is there? And they've done it to Phil Foden there, and they've done it to Nemecha a few times. But Nemecha's up for the battle, hopefully. He's lost the ball here, Felix Nemecha. Oh, Walker went to slide in there. Off Fernandinho's hand. He got a bit lucky there. And Friend is offside. Well, Birmingham City aren't a good side, are they? They really aren't. Unfortunately for them. And for their fans. Of course, ex-Premier League side. I remember playing in the Premier League. I remember City once. I think when City had Carlos Tevez. I mean, about 2010. No, 2009 maybe. They played Birmingham in the Premier League at home, obviously as a season ticket holder. And City beat them 5-1. And you thought, wow, you know, City can really play. And they missed a few sitters as well. Joe, any City fans remember Joe? He missed a few chances, and Tevez was absolutely class. Adebayor was as well. The next time City played Birmingham the season later, they drew 1-1, and it was one of them games where City had to try and grind out a win. And they thought they won the game. They bundled one in over the line, but I think it was Tevez, and it was given as a foul. I think Tevez pushed about 4 Birmingham City players to get in there. But they're interesting side, Birmingham, when they're in the Premier League. And of course, everyone will remember, hopefully, they should remember, that amazing win they had over Arsenal in the Carling Cup it was then. Samir Nasri in that Arsenal side. I think Cesc Fabregas in that Arsenal side. And Birmingham beat them 3-1. Obafemi Martins. What a player he was. Up top for Birmingham City. Led them to a 3-1 win over Arsenal. And Julie says Jowiski. I don't know how you say his name. From Southampton, apparently. He's from Southampton. Well, that is a surprise. I mean, with a name like that, I assumed he was maybe a Polish international or something. But he still could be of Polish descent, I suppose. But he's from Southampton. Never would have guessed that. Never would have guessed he's from Southampton. Here is Birmingham on the attack. Friend's going to swing one in. It's a big high ball, and Stefan catches it. Then he's fouled by another late foul. This time by George Friend, was it? I'm not quite sure. A little kick out of Zach Steffen. There's a few of these little niggly fouls going in from Birmingham that City cannot be happy with. Cannot be happy with these little niggly fouls. No need for them, is there? I don't understand why they put in these little niggly fouls in on the City players. It's not like City have been putting these sort of fouls in on them. Here's Bernardo Silva. Foden. Bernardo. Mendy. Back to Bernardo Silva. Jesus. Foden. City played in the triangles so easily for them, isn't it? To play in the triangles for City. They're such a good side, aren't we? We really are. Now, I do feel like City are getting back to the best now. I honestly do think City are slowly reaching their best. And I think that's very important as a fan, to see City come back to their best. At times we've been a bit disappointed this season, haven't we? We've not really been supportive of the team as much as we should be, but they've started to hit the stride now. And they're unbeaten, I think, City, aren't we? We were unbeaten since November. Mendy's lost the ball there, outstrengthed by the man from Southampton. The ex-Burnley forward. Here's George Friend. Out to the other substitution who came on for Lecco. He didn't actually tell us his name. He's gone for a shot from distance. Steffen. Well, not safe hands from Zach Steffen. He let that bounce, didn't he? In his hands and dropped it first time. At least he caught it the second time. think he has got that bit of dodginess to him, Zach Steffen, hasn't he? He will be disappointed with himself, I think, for that one. But he has got that bit of dodginess to him, which I think fans are a bit unhappy with at times. Obviously, Ederson's much the better keeper, but Steffen still does a job to me. I still think he's a very good player. And I think he is going to push Ederson this season, hopefully in the future. Though I don't know how long Zach Steffen will last at Manchester City. I think he's too good, isn't he, to be a second choice goalkeeper like he is. Well, it's a big foul, that. A big foul on Kyle Walker by Friend. He's a big man, Friend. There's no need for that. And it is a foul. It is a foul. Clark Salter. I mean, the foul on Riyad Mahrez, and then I think it's before that Kyle Walker, wasn't it? He was clattered into. City get a free kick. Robert Jones, sorry, the referee. And I think he is a referee that's been given a chance from the Championship, possibly. They do give these referees chances in the cup competitions, and he's been given the chance, the Championship referee, to referee a Premier League side, which is good for him. As a referee trying to come through, make it into the Premier League elite refereeing. Well, I wouldn't say they were elite, would you? Sort of mistakes these make, but they've not done too badly here. And it is Liam Delap time. He will be the 5th substitution for Manchester City. I mean, look at Liam Delap. He is a top player. City on the counter. Mendy. Cross into the box is a poor cross by Mendy. Could do with a forward like Liam Delap in there. And even the Birmingham City player, I mean, Fernandinho, 36 years old. But if you saw our live, we did a recent live about his contract situation. Just no one can stop Fernandinho there. I didn't get past him. And Walker leaves one on Friend there. A little foul to say, got you back. And I think he will get a yellow card for that, Kyle Walker. I think they did realise that it was a bit of a got you back sort of foul by Kyle Walker there, which was unnecessary, but I don't know. One of them, wasn't it? I don't actually think it was intentional, to be fair, from Kyle Walker. He sort of just stuck his leg out and he's got caught. Long ball here. Knocked away is Mendy, and Mendy went to clear it then, using his strength, Benjamin Mendy, and he's won himself a throw-in. He's run the side of the throw-in. Very good by Benjamin Mendy. Impressive by Benjamin Mendy there to manage to hold the player off there. And he's going to wait for the substitution of Liam Delap. So here he comes, 17 years of age, son of Rory Delap. He's a very good young player. He really is a very good young player. Very good young player, Liam Delap. And hopefully, if his chance to sort of shine here as he comes on for Gabriel Jesus. Come off Mendy there, did it? It does. It's a throw in. Mendy was unlucky there. Got cleared into him. Chance for throwing in. They're going for a long throw in here, it seems. A long throw in. Lumped into the box. That's a good header by Taylor Howard-Bellis, I think it was. Liam Delap wants a bit of a physical battle. He'll have one. Ah, look at that. He's absolutely bullied the Birmingham player there. 17 years of age. And he is, you know, he's built for men's football, isn't he, really? Liam Delap. Good interception by Taylor Howard-Bellis there to clear. Here is Middlesbrough though. Birmingham on the ball. Keep calling them Middlesbrough. It's the red kit. Very hard to not call them Middlesbrough in the red kit. I don't know why Birmingham are wearing a red kit. I suppose it's always their away kit. Chance here, and Benjamin Mendy blocks it away. Good defending. Birmingham growing into this game, aren't they? They really are growing into this game. We've got to be careful, City. I mean, like I said, I don't think they're going to lose this game. I don't think they'll concede either, but just will give Birmingham a bit of a lifeline if they nick a goal. And if they're going to nick a goal, I bank on them doing it from set pieces. There's a chance here. As the cross comes in. Stones up there, and that is going to be a goal kick. Zach Steffen can get on the end of that one. It's Clark Salter. That's it. Number 15 is Clark Salter. All game I've been saying, who is that number 15? I feel like I know him, and we do know him. It's Clark Salter, ex-Chelsea youth player. Been on loan all over the place. I think mainly Vitesse in Holland. As we know, Chelsea have some sort of deal with Vitesse where just every player who plays them is on loan from Chelsea. Or he's sold there from Chelsea. I wonder what happened, if anyone knows this. The young Brazilian Nathan, he was called. He went on loan there. He was fantastic. Chelsea loan player. Really good little skilled, silky player. City were linked with him. He went on loan there from Chelsea. I've never heard from him again. Here's Nemecha. Good play by Nemecha. His first touch was a bit poor there, but he was good enough to try and pick it back up, and he won it back. And Steffen plays it out calmly to Fernandinho. Here is Mahrez. Switches it out to Mendy. Here's Fernandinho over the top to Kyle Walker. What a ball. Walker should go across the box there to the lap, really. Foden. Back to Walker. Can City create a chance for Liam Delap? Because the chances are this young man will finish the chance he gets. Mahrez into the box. Looking for Mendy at the back post. Bernardo's got a chase on here. Mendy's left his area, and it's Sanchez who switches it out. Kyle Walker deals it, knocks it behind for a throw-in. This has been a much quieter second half, hasn't it, for City? A much quieter second half. Long ball here. Mendy should win this header. He doesn't. It's nodded on. Oh, and trying to get him behind there. The striker from Southampton. Stones. Oh, unlucky John Stones. Come flying in. The Birmingham player. But he's very calm on the ball, John Stones. And we know that. He's improved as well. He went through a shaky spell, didn't he, John Stones, being on the ball, not being so calm. He's done better here. And the striker's offside, is he? Yeah, he goes for a shot. I think he assumed he was offside. He play on. Bernardo Silva wins it back. Great play by Bernardo. Getting back and defending. Here's Fernandinho on the turn. Chance to lead a counter. Plays a long ball. What a beautiful long ball to Phil Foden, who's got Roberts using his physicality to stop Phil Foden here. And he clears it away, only as far as Fernandinho. Oh, it's a poor first touch by Fernandinho. Unexpected. Not the usual for Fernandinho there. And that wasn't a good pass, was it? They tried to switch the play there. Birmingham went straight out play. What a ball this is by Fernandinho. Foden unlucky. His first touch a little bit too heavy. Need to take it sort of in the position away from Roberts on his left rather than on his right. But he wanted to get close to goal, tied to the goal side, which made it difficult. City back in possession with John Stones at the back now. Steffen. Look at Zach Steffen's positioning. He really has adopted the City style, hasn't he, Steffen, as a goalkeeper? Drifting into positions all over. Here's Bernardo Silva. Out wide to Benjamin Mendy. Back to Fernandinho. City have made all 5 substitutions now. Liam Delap, the most recent yet to touch the ball. Lowe asks, who's man of the match? That is a good one, Lowe. Who is man of the match? I would say... Bernardo Silva. It's got to be Bernardo, hasn't it? He's been so good going both directions, Bernardo Silva. It's got to be him. Julie's here. She's like our little stats person, isn't she, Julie? Always pulling up the stats here when I asked, does anyone know something? Brazilian player Nathan to Club Atletico Marino signed 4-year contract in 2020. That'll be him. He must be about 20 odd something now, isn't he? Just not really. His career hasn't kicked on. How many Brazilian players do we see come to Europe and not make it? Birmingham on the attack here. Foden back defending. Howard Bellis was there as well. Someone's going to go too tight to this player. Chance of Birmingham. Oof. Not sure if it's a cross-come shot by the Birmingham player. Fizzed it in the air. No chance the striker from Southampton was going to get his head on that one. No one tight to him. Kyle Walker stood off him. Stefan nearly got his hands on it. I think if Stefan had touched that, I would have put it in his own net. But it's away in City. It's Bella, the winger. I'm sure he used to play for someone else. Who did Bella used to play for? Did he used to play for Oldham? Someone like that. Here's Stones. Comfortable second half for Manchester City. Really in a much duller second half than the first one. Not as exciting as it. Mahrez has got a goal, but it was offside. We've got to see the youngsters come on though, but they've been quiet. I feel like Nemecha, Delap, Howard Bellis haven't really touched the ball. We've seen a good moment from Howard Bellis knocking it away on a dangerous attempt, but other than that, not much has happened. Here's Fernandinho. Oh, what a ball. Here comes Liam Delap. Look at him. Stretching his legs, Delap. He's good on the ball, Delap. He's very good on the ball. Into Mahrez. There's space for Walker. There's space for Walker on that right-hand side. Mahrez couldn't find him. Mendy. Back to Bernardo. Swings one into Liam Delap, who hits a header, and oh, I thought he was going to lump that into the top corner. Liam Delap with a really good chance, the 17-year-old. It's hard to head that one. I think they just need to be a bit ahead of him to generate the sort of power on that. But that's what Delap gives City. An option of someone in the box. He's got a bit of height, a bit of physicality that we don't have from striker. Foden's been brilliant, says Lowe. But Bernardo is close to his best against my man of the match also. I think Bernardo Silva or Phil Foden would be the two to get man of the match. I agree with you. I think Bernardo and Foden have been just as good as each other. But the fact that Bernardo has got the 2 goals, that he's been defensively really good as well. Oh, that was... Kyle Walker, very poor there. City get away with it though. Just back heels it nonchalantly into the path of... Well, into space really. Not even to a Birmingham player, just into space. And luckily it comes off for City. And that's a poor pass by Stones behind Bernardo Silva. Birmingham, I think they'll be happy to get a goal, really, won't they? Bella's going to try a shot again. It's a pot shot by Bella. Nearly puts it in. Not sure Stefan saved it. He was scrambling, Stefan, towards the top corner. I think it does hit the roof of the net, the shot from Bella. John Stone's at fault for that one. Not concentrated enough. Give the ball away, and Bella on his left foot. Yeah, just hits the roof of the net on the way over. Not a bad effort, really. Going straight down the middle of the net. I think Stefan had it covered, though, didn't he? Look at Delap. Look at Liam Delap fighting for that ball. He's brilliant. I really do like Delap. Yeah, he's jumping in the keeper as well. Surprised he didn't go through the goal. That's got to be offside, is it? Is he on? Apparently he's on. Thought Bella was offside there. He's got options and options. To Clayton, it's a good block by Mendy. Sort of just hits him. Bella with a shot. Stefan. Oh, Zach Stefan has got the weakest hands as a goalkeeper, hasn't he? Well, the questions have to be asked of Zach Stefan today. I praised him a few times today, but his hands, I mean, that is... Oh, he's onside. He is onside. Taylor Howard-Bellis is playing him onside. But Zach Stefan... You're just lucky to palm it and not to score here. He did really well, Stefan, to get back up and make up for his mistake. But he hasn't got the strongest... He's got very weak hands, hasn't he, for catching a ball or to... He doesn't seem to have that ability to take the sting out of a shot. It hits him dead on and he pushes it straight into the path of their striker and then palms it away on the edge of the box. And Howard Bellis has had to clear one away now. Birmingham really growing into this game, but Zach Stefan, back to that. He saves it, a simple shot, a tough shot, very strong shot at him, down the middle. But it's the way he then palms it into the path across his own goal and has to then reach across and knock it into the Birmingham City player to knock it away. Stefan has been very dodgy, and I saw someone on Twitter actually recently mention, would you swap Edison for Haaland? A lot of people said yeah, because Stefan's good enough and we don't need a player as good as Stefan, as good as Edison, on the ball. But I'm not sure I would swap Stefan for Haaland. I think we can concede a lot of goals and end up signing another goalkeeper. Chance for Birmingham, he swung a corner in there previously. Really growing into this game. Shot near post, that is a very poor attempt by their winger, the number 17. They expected him to go for the far corner, at least playing one of their players, but he didn't. And comments here, Linda says agree, Bernardo man of the match. I think it'd be an overwhelming agree for Bernardo man of the match. Lowe says not the best handling there by Zach, and Julie says Butterfinger, so a few people here noticing the strange goalkeeping from Zach Stefan in that game. that little moment of play there throughout the game. In this game in particular, I don't think he was that bad against Manchester United. I thought he was good, but a few moments there, and Stones has given the ball away. Stones not a good performance. Maybe it's Ruben Diaz that's making Stones look good. Here's Bella. Back to Clayton. He's going to swing one in. Stones is away. Defensively, Stones improved. On the ball, he's not. I think he's unhappy with himself. Bernardo. Great run by Bernardo. What a ball by Bernardo. Nemecha. Fantastic to Mahrez. Nemecha's being pushed and pulled. I don't know how the referee has not seen that on Felix Nemecha. It's got to be a yellow card because he's in there. He's being pulled all over the place by, is it George Friend? A yellow card has been given. City on the counter. Nemecha brilliantly into Mahrez. Mahrez went to lay it back off to Nemecha. And no, it's Clark Salter who's just pulling. Or is it Mikel San Jose, who should have been sent off in the first half, might I add. It is Mikel San Jose. I mean, just pulling Lucas Nemecha all over the place there to avoid conceding the fourth goal. And City have a free kick here that they might swing in. Mahrez stands over it. 88 minutes. The second half seems to have flown by to me. A very quick second half of football. Ball over the top here. Down to Mahrez. I think it was Liam Delap. There's Fernandinho. Knows his surroundings so well, Fernandinho, doesn't he? Reads the game better than any midfielder I've seen in a very long time. And calmly City play back into the half. So it's nearly 90 minutes. The game is nearly up. The game will probably finish now. This stream will finish about 3:30. At 4:30, we'll be live again for a little breaking news update on the striker situation. Sergio Aguero, of course, missed today's game with COVID, the club claim. So remember to tune back in on this channel in around an hour's time as we discuss the signing of the Norwegian forward Erling Haaland. Don't forget about that. You will be notified, of course. If you've subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell when you subscribe, and you would be notified every time we go live, every time we upload a video. Our uploading pretty much at the moment is every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday for gaming content at 4:30 UK time. Of course, we go live for every Manchester City match day as well, and little news. We go live for little bits of news as well, and extras, any extras that we put on this channel. We've had a few bits of like Guess Who, FIFA and things like that. So I hope you enjoy watching those videos. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers by the end of January. So if you guys can get us to that, I think we're about 365, 366 at the start of this stream. Hopefully that has grown. And like I said, 500 by the end of January. Please support the channel. Get us to 500 subscribers by the end of the month. City have got a corner here, and they swing it in, and it's a poor cross by Phil Foden, straight out play. The 90 minutes are up. It will be added time now. I think maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes added time. There's not been many times where the ball's gone out of play or there's been time wasting, players gone down injured. It's just a shame Delap and Nemecha haven't really got into the game, isn't it? Very excited to see those two playing it. Oh, of course, you remember Liam Delap's debut where he put one in the top corner, didn't he? On his weaker foot. BBC yet to tell me how many minutes are added on. My graphics team's not doing a good job here. Here's Walker. It's 2 minutes added on. 2 minutes, so. And we're already played a minute at this point. So 1 minute left of this game. Birmingham might look to try and get one. Maybe on the counter, nick one here. Clayton went to play a long ball forward. I'm not sure if that was a dummy or a miss kick. Mikel San Jose on the ball here. Into midfield. Walker can't win it. City just need to see out the game now, don't they, for the last 60 seconds or so. But it's been a good game, hasn't it? It's been a really good game first half-wise. Second half, City have dropped off a little bit, but you'd expect that when they're 3-0 up, and they brought some of the younger lads hard with Bellis, Nemecha and Liam Delap on. And City have played well and really good creative football in that first half against Birmingham City. And I know it's against Birmingham City 18th in the Championship, but it adds to the confidence the team have got at the moment, isn't it? You know, we're in a good run. We've got Brighton, I think, is it on Wednesday? We'll be live again, of course, for the Brighton game on Wednesday around 6:30. I think the game kicks off, so we'll be live around. I think our live is at 6:30. The game kicks off at 7:15, which is a strange time, or 6:45. Man of the match, Bernardo Silva for me. Predictions, you guys predicted the scores. You're all wrong. I don't think anyone predicted 3-0, did they, at full time? I think one went for 4-0, so you were close. And Bernardo Silva overwhelming man of the match. We will do a little summary of the game now because the game is about to end. And the summary is we've played really well. So that's full time. Manchester City 3, Birmingham City 0. A really good game. Karanka will be disappointed in his Birmingham side. Pep Guardiola will be, I think, pretty impressed with his City side. And Bernardo Silva there with 2 goals today. Could have had a hat-trick. Man of the match definitely today. And I'm just going to go through the team now. Give them ratings out of 10. We'll start with from front to back as usual. Or back to front. Goalkeeper to forward, I mean. Zach Steffen. We'll give Steffen a 6 out of 10. I think Steffen did a decent job. He kept them out a few times. But he's handling questions have got to be asked, haven't they, of Zach Steffen in recent times. Cancelo, 7. Fantastic. Oh, Linda predicted 3-0. Andrew says in the comments. Well done, Linda. You got the prediction right. Cancelo a 7. Walker a 7. Diaz a 7. Mendy a 7. Rodri 7. Bernardo 9. De Bruyne 8. Very good in the first half, Kevin De Bruyne. Foden 9. Jesus 8. And Riyad Mahrez I go with an 8.5. The 5 substitutions. We had Taylor Howard-Bellis. I'd give him a 7. I think he's very good when he came on. Stones, I give him a 6. Less than impressive with his passing at times, Stones. Felix Nemetra, I'd give him a 6. It was his first 45 minutes for the club, wasn't it, for Felix Nemetra? I'd give him a 6. Can't be too harsh on the young man. Fernandinho, a 6 also. Played one really nice pass, and Liam Delap, very quiet as well, as 6. But that ends today's game. Manchester City 3, Birmingham City 0. City into the FA Cup round 4, I think it will be next. I'm not sure when the draw is, but we could possibly do a live stream for the draw at whatever time. That is City, or we'll just do some breaking news maybe when we find out who City have drawn in the next round. City, so you'll hear us live at 4:30, so we'll be back at 4:30 to see us live against the breaking news, or for the breaking news, I mean. Our live show for Erling Haaland. We're going to discuss the signing of Erling Haaland, so please do tune in for that at 4:30. Barnsley have beat Tranmere 2-0. Bristol have beat Portsmouth 2-1. Chelsea 4-0 against Morecambe. Cheltenham 1-1 with Mansfield. Crawley are 3-0 up against Leeds United. Actually, they've beat Leeds United 3-0, so Mark Wright, his side have beat Leeds United 3-0. Very, very big shock there in the FA Cup. I'm sure people want to see the highlights. I'm sure they'll be on BBC iPlayer. So like I said, tune into our live at 4:30 as we discuss the signing of Erling Haaland. Will it happen? Will it not? Positives and negatives of the signings. Manchester City do play on Wednesday, I think it is. And we'll be live from 6:30 for Manchester City versus Brighton in the Premier League. So thanks for watching, everyone. Please do the usual. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. We're trying to, like we said, hit 500 by the end of the month. Share this video, get your friends subscribing, your family members subscribing. Support the channel, please. It really does mean a lot to us. And we'll see you next time.